Do you know and do you believe that God is in the business of taking what we see as bad and terrible and hopeless and turning it around and causing it to not only benefit and bring good to His kingdom, but also to glorify His name? Hey there everybody, my name is Joyce Omondi Waihiga, and today on CITAM Church Online, I want to encourage you that your pain is not in vain. There are times in my life where I've gone through some very painful situations and some very painful circumstances, and sometimes it leads you to really just question why. I think the part of the pain is really wanting to understand, why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? Should I have, maybe I shouldn't, this a blame game sort of begins rather in our lives and in our minds and in our hearts, really just wanting to seek an answer and to find the source of the blame or the cause of the reason that we're going through whatever it is we're going through. And I know that in such moments, leaning back to God can be really, really difficult, okay? Because in some of those times, maybe many of us have actually felt forsaken by Him. We felt a little forgotten by Him. We felt, we start to question, does God really, really care? And the thing is, many times it's actually not even about us. And one of the stories that really encourages me is that of Job. When you realize that all the struggle and all the difficulty that he was going through wasn't because of him, wasn't because of anything that he had done, but just because it was between God and the devil, and God really being able to demonstrate His power and His glory through Job's life. There's a story told in John chapter 9 verse 2 of a blind man. And when the disciples saw him, they asked Jesus, who is it that has sinned? Was it him or was it his parents that has now caused his blindness? And Jesus said, neither. Okay, it wasn't because of his parents. He's not blind because of a fault of his parents or a fault of his own. Jesus told them it happened so that the work of God may be displayed in his life. Wow. God had actually chosen his circumstances, his blindness, to become a miraculous testimony that would then encourage you and I talking about his story today and many others across the world. Not only did God restore his sight, when Christ healed him, but through the man's trials and his deliverance, other people came to the knowledge of the power of Jesus Christ. Other people were actually delivered from spiritual blindness. People who saw him and learned of what God had done in his life, what Jesus had done in his life, then began believing in Jesus as well and worshiping him as well. And so for me, that tells me that I may not always see the point of why I'm going through whatever it is I could be going through. It may not always make sense to me. And the days may not necessarily get easier, but there is a plan and a purpose in God's timeline over my life and over your life as far as why we are going through whatever situations it is going through. God is going to demonstrate his power. He has the power to actually be able to deliver me and to deliver you out of our challenges, out of our tribulations, out of whatever situations that we are facing, and not just deliver us out of them, but actually create and derive purpose from them, which means it is not in vain. It is not in vain. And that should be such a tremendous encouragement to so many of us today. This God is literally able to take our tests and turn them into testimonies. All right. Romans chapter 8 verse 18 says that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. So there is hope for you today, regardless of whatever it is you're going through. I encourage you to keep holding on to Jesus. You may not be able to have an answer as far as why things are the way they are. You will not be able to explain it. And so I hope that you shift from trying to figure it out and doing this blame game with yourself, and just resting in the promises of God, resting in his arms, knowing that he's got you and he has your back till the very end, and that whatever it is, he has a plan and a purpose for it. Your pain is not in vain. I'd love to know if you guys resonate with this message. You can let me know at CITAM Church Online. Be sure to also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And until next time, God bless you, and we'll see you soon. Ciao.